Let's just get comfortable here in a cross-legged seat, and you can bring your hands together and just start to rub them together. Let's take a deep cleansing breath here. We're going to take a few cleansing breaths as we wash the hands kind of energetically, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take a shake through the hands and one more cleansing breath. Flick the fingers. And then place the hands over the forehead, eyes, and cheeks. Cleansing breath as you settle in. And let your head be held. We'll drop into the silence. Taking enough time here for your body to ease into this yoga space, into the safe space that you have on your mat. This is a space where you're able to show up exactly as you are and to give yourself space to be kind and compassionate, to challenge yourself, to be easy with yourself, to laugh and at times cry. And so just feeling into this moment here of whatever it is that's kind of bubbling up or showing up for you. Maybe it's a little fidgety, maybe it's a little slothy. We can kind of see where we're at on all these different scales. And then giving a rub on your forehead, kind of like you're waking up the third eye. And we'll just run the hands over the head. You might do that a couple of times. And off the shoulders, and just give a little shake through the hands, bringing the hands down to the knees or thighs. Take a loop or a wiggle with your shoulders to draw them back and down. Anchor into your sits bones. Sit up nice and tall through the heart and the crown. Eyes are soft or closed. Palms are up or down. And all of these little decisions here in the beginning are an opportunity for you to start listening to whatever it is that you need today. Listen to your body, follow your intuition. And again, drop into the silence. To start our practice tonight, we're just going to practice a really simple breath called resonant breath. And we'll count to a pace of 5 in and 5 out. This 5 count breath is said to be the sweet spot for the breath and for the nervous system. It's something that your whole being just recognizes and understands that it can relax into. It just kind of brings, it's called resonant breath because it brings every piece of you into resonance, into a harmony. So let's begin here together, breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out the nose, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 3, 5. Exhale, 5, 3, 1. Inhale, 1, 3, 5. Exhale, 5, 3, 1. Keep the pattern going. Nice and slow, smooth. We want to keep this breath in the lower belly and lower ribs. Sometimes we breathe in a way that goes all the way to the chest. This is not that. This one is just belly and lower ribs. If you find yourself losing count, just start over with the next breath. You'll probably notice different sensations, different parts of your posture or your environment. So we can start to come into that place where you can sort of be in two brainwave states at the same time. You can have your thinking mind, but you can also have this internal awareness. I don't know if you could hear that. She's purring. She went right into my mic with that purr. I have about 30 more seconds. Now, right from this breath, we're going to drop the counting and we'll just keep breathing in and out through the nose. And we'll start to drop right into our movement here. So you can drop your chin down to your chest. Hello, Luna. Speaking of loving outdoor time, something I didn't plan for or know about was that Luna would love to be outside. She has been so happy being outside. So with chin down to the chest, just letting the weight of the head start to give you your first stretch of this evening. Then we'll draw the chin over to the right side, right ear, right shoulder, lifting the chin up so you start to get that stretch this side of the neck. Relaxing the jaw. Chin comes back down to the chest, roll it around to the other side. And then you can either go side to side in sort of a flowing movement, or maybe just go to one side and hold. You can see what feels best to hold or to move. And then the next time that the chin comes to the chest, or once you feel balance between sides, we'll take the arms out to the side so it kind of looks like a mountain through the arms. And then turn the palms up and lift the head, lift the heart, lift the arms all the way to the sky. Lift up as tall as you can. Take a stretch, energize the hands. On an exhale, put the palms together and drop the hands right down to the center of the heart. The crown of the head stays lifted, the elbows go wide. Take a moment to set your intention for this evening, or to maybe just tap into this heart energy in some way, giving yourself or someone that you love some well wishes. And from this heart center now, tall spine, take an inhale, exhale and rotate to the right. Try to keep the thumbs at the heart center. Take the gaze over the back shoulder. One more breath in through a tall spine. And as you exhale, come back to the middle, breathe into center. Exhale, rotate other way so you can feel the core muscles helping you rotate and stay lifted. Heart lifts into the thumbs. Gaze goes over the left shoulder, and cycling your breath. Notice if the ribs are flaring out and just keeping that slightly knitted rib cage. On your next exhale, release back through center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and overhead. Exhale, right hand comes to the mat, left arm stretches up and over. Good. Inhale up through center. Switch, exhale. And we'll just go one more time each way. Inhale, exhale. Flow with the breath in and out. Come up through the middle, in, and a stretch forward, bowing forward, walk the hands out. Sorry, Luna. Reach it out. Walk your fingertips forward. Sits bones drawing down. A few nice deep breaths here. Chin is drawing towards the chest. Stretching out the back of the body. And then walking the hands back towards the body. Let's roll over the shins or swing the legs out to the side and come into tabletop. Knees go wide, big toes together. Sit back into child's pose. Again, stretching the arms out long. And then come forward into tabletop, align the knees under the hips, and we'll start to move the spine in cow and cat. Option to tuck the toes. And just start to flow with your breath, finding this organic kind of movement through the spine. You can go as fast or as slow as what feels good to you here. And don't even worry about when you inhale or when you exhale. In fact, you might switch it up on purpose, or you might find that naturally the breath is different than is sometimes cued, and all of that's okay, just as long as we're flowing through and with the breath. We're going to synchronize it in a different way in just a moment. But for now, let yourself go off the railroad tracks, maybe find a little side-to-side movement or anything else, maybe a belly roll, barrel roll, anything that helps bring some ease and movement into the spine. And we're going to invite some quickness into our cow and cat. So starting to come back into that tabletop, find your alignment. As you inhale, lower the belly, look forward. Exhale, cat, right? Just like normal. But we're gonna quicken the pace here. So inhale forward, exhale round. In, forward, out, round. In, forward, out, round. Now, find your own pace. Maybe this is quick enough, but you might be able to go really quick. You might be able to really pick up the pace and explore sort of the energy moving through the spine. So I'm going to do it with you and exaggerate the breath, and you also might feel your breath deepening. Now, the breath is still full, so if you start to feel like you're hyperventilating, slow it down just a bit or take that extended inhale and exhale. A little bit longer. We're going to keep it going, start to ignite a fire in the low belly for 5, 4, 3, 1, and come back to neutral. Sit back into child's pose. Bow the head, stretch the arms. Take a moment, pause. Stay connected in your body here. Don't let anything draw you away or take your power away from when we start to energize in these movements. A little squeeze through the lower body. Come forward into tabletop. Knees align, wrists align. Send the left toes back. Start to stretch through that left calf. You can rock a little forward, backwards. And then lift the heel and step it across your right leg. And again here, you might press back through the heel. You can look over your right shoulder, finding a C curve through that left side of the body. Come back through the middle. Look forward, lift up the left heel, extend the right arm, find your balance. Now lift the thumb, lift the heel. See if you can find a little more of a back bend. Don't strain the back, but just finding this strength and extension. And then we'll reverse that movement. Elbow comes into the knee, underneath of the body. Press into the left hand, the right shin, and release into tabletop. Right away, we'll switch to the other side. Right leg goes back, rocking forward and backwards. Stretch the calf, the toes, the foot. Lift the right heel, step it across the left. Look over the left shoulder and press back through the right heel. Nice. Come back through the middle. Lift up the right heel. Draw the lower belly in. Left arm extends. Pressing into your anchor points. Lift up through thumb and heel if you can. Keeping hips relatively square. Everything draws in. Elbow to knee. Curl it in and up. Hold and breathe. Good, release down to your mat. Inhale, right arm extends, left arm extends. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw in. One more time to extend and hold. Find a straight line this time. Now we'll weather vein side to side. They're really tapping into that core point to find their stability. We're going side to side across center line of the body. Staying hugged up through the core. Come back through the middle and release. Switch sides, left arm, right foot, straight line through the body. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale out, exhale in and out. Exhale in. Extend and hold, weather vein, straight line from heel to fingers. Good, stay lifted through that left thumb. Come back through the middle, release, child's pose. Turn the palms up. Rotate those shoulders open. A little squeeze through the lower body, through the pelvic floor. Bring the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Feeling into this energy that you start to play with and transform and feel through this practice. Turn the palms back down, come forward to tabletop. Tuck your toes, hover the knees off the mat, just a couple inches, hover. Now shift the heels back, or the hips back towards your heels, and then lift up your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Now your stance might be a little short, you can walk it out, and start to pedal through the heels. Letting go of the head. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Lower the knees, shift back, child's pose. We're going to flow with the breath. Inhale, table, tuck the toes. Exhale, hovering tabletop. Shift the hips back to the heels. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. One more time, just like that. On an inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop, tuck the toes. Hover, exhale. Shift back to heels to hips to heels. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. And again, walk out your stance if you need to. Pedal the feet, shake the head. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Step through between the hands, lower the left knee, low runner's lunge. Untuck the toe and then bring the arms overhead, high lunge. Good, just lifting up and out of the low back, anchor into the legs. We're gonna cactus the arms here, starting to flow with the breath. You'll inhale at the top, exhale, elbows draw down, heart opens. Inhale up, cactus the arms. Beautiful, keep it going. Last one, as you exhale, take the arms all the way down, squaring off at the front of your mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Other side, left leg lifts. Step through between the hands, lower the right knee. Rise on up, crescent. Hips square, feeling this sort of scissoring action through the legs. Left hip draws back. And again, we'll find that cactus arm shape as you start to move with your breath. You might start to find the baby back bend as long as you're not compromising the low back, right? We just want to stay tuned in to what works, but also to play and explore, to trust your body. So there's this area right at where the ribs meet. And as we practice our heart opening, it's not just the chest, right? It's not just the shoulders, but it's sort of this opening up through the rib cage as well. Last one, as you exhale into cactus and slide the arms all the way down. Step back, downward facing dog. Good. Gaze forward, bend the knees, take a walk or a step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Let yourself hang. You can bend the knees generously. Widen through your footprint. Option to hold on to the elbows. Feeling the hips start to shift over top of the heels. Release the elbows, bend the knees, roll it up to stand, lower belly hugs in as you come up, head comes up last. Stand up tall into Tadasana, tailbone draws down, crown of the head reaches up, and we're gonna start to flow through a fairly traditional Vinyasa flow today. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down to the mat, any way you choose. Inhale, baby cobra, engage the glutes, elbows draw back. Exhale, release the head, press up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Step through between the hands, lower the back knee. One breath for crescent lunge and into cactus arms. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands down, tuck the toe, downward facing dog. A flow between sides. Inhale, plank. Exhale, your version of chaturanga. Take your time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. A word that's been coming up a lot is integrity. Inhale, left leg lift. Step through. Same thing as the other side here. Lower the back knee. Integrity through the spine, right? No collapse. Cactus the arms. Exhale. Inhale up, integrity with the breath, being full and complete as you exhale, hands down, step back, down dog. Take 3 breaths. What I find really interesting about this word integrity is that the first definition that came to my mind, what I really thought of first was kind of adhering to moral principle, having a strong moral code, doing the right thing. And of course, that's doing the right thing depends where you're standing, but knowing what you believe in and just adhering to that. But the other side of integrity, the other definition is wholeness. It's unity. It's all the parts sticking together. Bend the knees, look forward, take a walk, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, refold. Inhale, rise all the way up with integrity, the whole body together. Exhale, right back down the middle, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands to the mat, step the other foot back first, plank pose. Breathe in, gather strength. Integrity, exhale, lower down, straight line if you can, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, right? You're not compromising what you know is right for your body. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Inhale, right leg lifts. This time bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that right arm. Straighten the legs, square off the hips, step through between the hands, high crescent lunge, rise all the way up. Cactus your arms. Breathe in, straighten arms. Exhale, hands to the mat. We're gonna add in a twist here. Right arm comes up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, right hand down, step back to plank. Breathe in. Lower down. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Other side, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Take a moment here. Straighten the legs, step through between the hands, high crescent lunge. Breathe in. Cactus the arms. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands to mat. Take your twist. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. We're going to step forward this time. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, refold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Take it right back down. Exhale. Straight spine, breathe in. Hands to mat. Step or hop back into your plank to chaturanga flow. As you well know, you can always modify this flow for whatever it is that you need today. Inhale, right leg lifts. Step through between the hands. First part's the same, high crescent lunge. Cactusing the arms. Inhale, straighten, and then we're going to open up to warrior 2. Good, find the position through the legs. Really open everything up here. Space the legs apart as far as you can. Peaceful warrior. And then extended side angle as we begin to flow between the two poses. Move with your breath. Last time, coming into extended side angle. And then meeting back in warrior 2. Straighten the legs, turn towards the long edge of your mat, hands come to the hips. As you exhale, take a wide leg forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Breathing out, let the head go. Side lunge into the left leg. Frame that left foot with your hands if you can. And then walking hands over to the right leg, right side lunge. And we'll continue to go side to side, but make it your own. So maybe you keep walking the hands, maybe you hover the hands, maybe you kind of do a mix of both. The next time that you get to the back of your mat, walk around to the back edge so you end up in a runner's lunge here. Come up into high crescent lunge at the back of your mat. Hold it here for a moment. Now we'll move into the same flow we did at the front of the mat. So take one more breath in this crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms. Warrior two, open everything up. Wide legs, find your stance. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Move with your own breath. Remember the different versions we did in cow-cat earlier. And just consider, I'm not saying that you need to go faster or even try to go fast, but just consider the difference in the movements and see how you might play with that. We'll come into extended side angle one more time and then meet back in warrior two. Straighten the legs, turn towards the long edge of your mat. Hands to hips, wide leg forward fold. Let your breath guide you. The exhale folds. Side lunge into your right leg. Left leg, you know where to go, side to side. Find your flow. Kind of find a long spine. The next time you get to the front of your mat, walk around till you face the front in your runner's lunge, and then plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Lower the knees. They can be wider together. Choose where you're at right now. Child's pose. Consider turning the palms up. Gentle squeeze through the lower body. Touch the tip of the tongue to the top of the mouth. These gentle, energetic locks that help us hold that powerful energy moving through the spine. Turn the palms down, find your way into downward facing dog. You might do that the same way we did earlier through a hovering tabletop. And we'll go to the other side here. Left leg lifts. So we have the exact same flow. Left foot steps through. High crescent lunge. Cactus the arms, exhale. Straighten the arms. Open up warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Keep it going. One more time through extended and then meet in warrior two. Straighten the legs, long edge of the mat. This time, option to bring the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Draw the knuckles down and back. Forward fold from here, maybe with the arms coming overhead as you fold. Release the arms down to the mat, taking a side lunge. to the back edge, front edge. Just a little flow side to side. And so as we do this multiple times, it's interesting how it might change. And again, that's where that word integrity comes in. Notice when it gets challenging, can you stick to what's right? Not what's hardest, not what's going to burn the most calories or whatever it is, right? Like not being influenced by these outside factors. But sticking to what is right for you. The next time you get to the back of your mat, find that lunge at the back edge. Inhale, rise on up. Cactus the arms. Straighten the arms, crescent. Warrior two, open it up. Right into your flow, peaceful to extended. And maybe you want to hold one or the other, finding a little sticky point that wants some extra time. One more time to extended. Warrior two, straighten the legs. Arms come behind the back, opposite thumb on top. Shoulders draw back, knuckles draw down. Find your forward fold. Good, let the hands go. Side lunge. Back and forth. Good, to the front of your mat, find your lunge. Stepping forward to the front of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold it down. Rise up, strong inner seam. We're going right back down, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to the mat, step back, plank pose to chaturanga, lower down to the belly. Back bend of your choice to downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhale, right leg lifts. Step through between the hands. Open up to warrior two. We're going to change up our flow here a bit. Straighten the legs, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in and up. Warrior two. Keep it going. Last one. Warrior two to half moon pose. Left hand can come to the hip. Find your balance. Right hand on a block or about 1.5 feet in front of your toes. And we'll just play here for a moment to give you a chance to maybe switch the gaze, to let everything connect, right? To find the most integrity, the most cohesion through the whole body. Strong back leg, that karate kick through the heel, a connection into your core. Excellent. Bend your standing leg. Let's step back to warrior two. We're getting right into all of it today. Good. Straighten the leg. Triangle pose. Tip it down. Long waist. Open chest. Pull up from the kneecaps. Feel those quads, the legs engaged. All the way out, actually not just from the quads, but lifting up from the arches of the feet. Bend the front knee, come back to your warrior two. Straighten the legs, long edge of the mat. Your choice, find your forward fold, either arms behind or bring hands to hips again. We're not going to go to our side lunge this time. We're going to take a stretch instead. Walk your hands over to the left toes and fold over the left leg. Walk the hands over to the right leg and fold over the right. Walk the hands back to the center, forward fold. And then let's walk to the back edge of the mat. Find your runner's lunge into a lunge twist. Take the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes down to the inside of the foot. Heel toe that left foot to the outside edge. Find a lizard lunge. Keep the back leg lifted. If you can, lower down to forearms or just bow to your extent on the inside of the left leg. And then if you can, walk your left arm underneath of the left leg. So it's going out towards the side of your mat. And you can take the right arm to the right side of your mat. So you kind of have like airplane arms in your lizard lunge. Nice. Staying dialed in. Cohesion in the body, maybe a re-engagement through the pelvic floor. Walk those hands back. Good. Heel toe your left foot to the inside of the legs, and then we're going to come up to warrior two. We're almost through this flow. Straighten the legs, look up. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in and lift up. Exhale, draw strength from the space around you. Draw strength from one another. Draw strength from all of the challenging things that you've done in the past. Warrior two into half moon pose. Step by step, that's all we need to do here. Opening the hips, karate kick through right leg. More than anything here, I find it's the inner focus. Of course, we need to learn how to engage the right muscles, but I know that you know this already. You know this engagement. You know, your body knows. Step back, warrior two into triangle pose, strong legs. Exhale, tip down, reach out through those left fingers, long bottom waist. Steady your gaze. Good. Take the gaze down, bend the front knee to your warrior two. Come to the long edge of your mat. Wide leg forward fold of your choice. And on this one, yogi's choice. So if you want to do a little more side lunge, if you want to stretch down the middle, maybe you're close to the ground with your forearms and want to play with kind of a headstand prep, even if you don't go into headstand, right? Just kind of playing with that prep. You might widen your stance or make it shorter. Just playing, feeling into it. Nice. Let's walk it forward to the front edge of the mat, coming into your runner's lunge. Twist. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, Down and heel toe, right foot out, lizard lunge. Dropping down towards forearms, even if they don't touch, just moving in that direction. And then bringing the arm underneath of the right leg and out to the side, left arm out to the left side of the mat. Good, keep lengthening through the spine, through the left heel. Doing great. Would never know that you were sitting in the sand for 2 weeks. Except that you're so tan. All right, bring the hands back to the mat. Good, just take a step back into your plank pose. Lower the knees, find your child's pose. Arms can go wherever you'd like. Good. Slide the hands back to the thighs as you sit in hero's pose. And place your hands on your body. You can close the eyes or steady gaze. Take a little squeeze through that root chakra, the root lock. Tip of the tongue on the top of the mouth. And feel into this energy of integrity. Or maybe there's something else that bubbles up for you here, just observing, holding on to your power and strength. Maybe reawakening some of that dormant potential energy that resides within all of us. Good. Take your hands forward. Find your downward facing dog. Walk, step, hop to the front of your mat. Extend the spine. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way up. We're going to stay standing this time, Tadasana. Just one balancing pose here, coming into eagle pose. Sit back into your chair. Find a deep chair. And then cross the right leg over top of left. Maybe double bind your ankles, see where it's at. Left arm comes under right. Bind the arms. A natural curve in the spine. And then let's curl those elbows into the belly, slow, slow, slow. And lift the arms back up. Excellent. Release. Take the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head go. Step onto the hands. Gorilla pose. Deep forward fold. Feel into the backs of the legs, the backs of the shoulders, the back of the neck. Wherever you need to focus today to find the depth of your fold. Release the hands from under the feet. Come right into your chair pose. Other side for eagle. Right arm under. Got those nice wings to find your balance. Eagle gives space in the back of the heart. So giving that back of the heart some room to breathe. Closing the elbows in towards the belly button, kind of a cat-like shape through the spine. A tight squeeze in the lower body. Lift it back up, finding focus. And then uncross the legs, uncross the arms, reach up, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale, let it go. Step onto the hands one more time, gorilla pose for a deep forward fold. Yeah, we're going to be bringing it down to the mat, slowing it down, cooling it off. So take those hands out from underneath of the feet and sit all the way down to your mat. Keep the knees bent. Bring the hands onto the knees and sit up tall. Find a broadness across the chest. And then hands can come down by the hips and just scoot yourself back a little bit so you can extend the legs. Reach the arms up, forward fold. Exhale past the toes. Nice deep fold. Letting the chin drop in, the forehead to soften. Shoulders away from ears. Continue to drop in here, holding a little bit longer. We've been moving a lot here through our flow. So now we'll hold for a moment. You might ebb and flow with your breath. And slowly start to come back up. Make sure you have enough room behind you. Extend the arms in front of you, and we'll use the core to roll back. Find your sits point or your balance point. Bend the knees. So we're kind of coming through a boat pose here as you find your balance. Extend the legs out, and then slowly at a count of 7, we're going to lower down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let yourself release into the mat. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Do that a couple times if that feels good. Maybe you get some hair tie out of the way. And then reach your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, and press the palms away from the body. Press the feet, the heels, the soles of the feet away from the body. Stretch it out. Into banana asanas. You can undo the bind of the hands. Walk the feet to the right corner of your mat. Walk the arms to the right corner of the mat. Left foot crosses over top of the right. And you can hold on to the left fingertips or the left wrist. And then in this pose, we really let it go. No active muscles. Just letting the shape of the body be enough. And we'll stay here long enough to let the body know that it can ease into this. Keep dropping in. Remind yourself of something that brings you ease. Like that beautiful deck, the breeze of the ocean, the grasses on the beach. the sun, the quiet. And take a beautiful big breath into that ease. These are the things that can really come with you from time away, from new experiences, right? We remember the feeling it gave us. And maintaining that sense of ease, just uncross the ankles, make your way through center, and go on over to the other side. Right ankle crosses left, hold on to the right hand or wrist, and let it go. Both hips are on the mat. Make sure you're not turned or rolled onto your side. Begin to uncross, come back through the middle. Take that nice big stretch. One more time, interlace fingers, press the palms away. Make sure you've realigned yourself in the center of the mat. And then bring the knees to bend. Arms come by your side and draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a great big hug of gratitude. Maybe a little rock side to side. Feet come down to the mat close to your backside for a bridge pose. And as you're ready, plant into the feet, press the hips up. Not overarching the back, but finding a relatively straight line from knees to shoulders. You might wiggle shoulder blades underneath of you. Light pressure in the head also. And of course, you know you have your options here. You might interlace the fingers behind the back, or you might hold on to ankles or hold on to the edge of your mat. Lower down, one segment at a time. Knees draw into the chest. Hands on the kneecaps and start to circle your knees in one direction. Right around the sacrum. Switch directions. Keep the right knee into the chest, send your left leg down the mat, and then cross it over into a twist. Our last movement before Shavasana. One last movement to wring it out, to stimulate all the organs of the belly. Come back through the middle. Switch sides, left knee into the chest, right leg goes long, and cross over to your twist. And come back through the middle. And stretch out into Shavasana. Dropping right into the silence. Welcoming yourself back into this space. I really consider yoga to be a home for my body and mind. So maybe considering that as a home as well as you rest here, coming home to yourself. And integrating all of these experiences that you've had over the past couple weeks and beyond. I invite you to breathe into an energy of gratitude. A big thank you. One final check-in here in Shavasana. It's a check-in for yourself to scan gently and see if there's any last little pieces that can drop into the wholeness of your body, of this moment. Everything present and connected here and now. As always, you're more than welcome to stay here for longer if you'd like. When you're ready to start moving off your mat, give those toes a wiggle, the fingers a wiggle. A slightly deeper breath that moves into every single one of your cells, that cohesion through the whole body as you awaken. And bend the knees one at a time. bend the elbows, and roll over to your side. Gently pressing up. Finding Sukhasana, bringing hands in front of the heart. Taking a moment here to first connect with yourself, to have kind words, kind thoughts, and a kind heart towards yourself. And then to extend that compassion and that connection out to somebody that you care for, that you love, maybe a few people that you call to mind, and hold them in your energetic hug. And extending that collective hug out into this whole world and beyond. Let's seal in our practice here. Any way that feels good to you, a bow, a smile,